I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, 33. And when we're talking about human potential, we have many pathways to expressing, to realizing our human potential. And the disciplines that we practice are part of those pathways that lead us there, lead us to this realization within ourselves. And there's a human tendency to abandon something when a practice is not bearing any evident fruit. And this is reasonable, and this is somewhat, I guess, of a survival, evolutionary characteristic of the human psyche. As if something is not providing us with the results immediately when we need them, then why invest your time in it? Why invest your energy in it? Why invest your attention in this? But we have to be discerning here, as some practices yield fruit very quickly. You see the results very soon after starting a practice. Others takes years, maybe even decades, before we actually start to see the fruit bloom on that tree. Tree that we have watered and cultivated for many, many years. Case in point, in the martial arts world, we have this side of external martial arts and then internal martial arts. External martial arts would be, example, boxing, wrestling, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, Kung Fu. Internal would be Tai Chi, Bagua, Xing Yi, Lui Pa Fa. And the external martial arts, they yield fruit much quicker. If you're learning to fight, if you want to learn how to fight, you need to learn how to fight soon, you will get better results from learning boxing, from learning how to box, learning how to wrestle, learning how to grapple, learning submission grappling, learning Muay Thai, learning how to kick, learning how to take a punch, and learning how to hit without getting hit. The sweet science of boxing, once again. But these internal arts, Tai Chi, the supreme ultimate, they say. Bagua, the art of change, flow. Xing Yi, the art of learning how to cultivate will and drive that will forward and through anything that stands in your way. These internal arts take many, many years before they bear that fruit. I remember I first became interested in internal martial arts when one of my best friend's uncles had a story of a Tai Chi master that he knew. And then someone threw a bottle at this Tai Chi master, and he was somehow able to sense it. With his back turned, he spun around, caught the bottle right there in midair, and was able to sense that. And I was like, wow, a human can actually do that? That sounds like some Luke Skywalker shit. It sounds like something out of Star Wars. So I was fascinated with Tai Chi, and I wanted to learn. And when I first started to study Tai Chi, I didn't have a teacher available, so I was just reading books. But eventually, again, through that law of attraction, that law of co-resonance, power of the reticular activation system, eventually I found a teacher. And then that led me to another teacher who taught me, got me into Bagua and Xing Yi, mentor. And I've been practicing for many, many years. And I was willing, again, to do this and stay in it for the long haul. But I remember when I first practiced, when I first got into the Tai Chi practice, I didn't feel much. I mean, I was so neurotic and disconnected from my body, as most people are when they start to get into these internal practices, that you don't experience much. You're like, why? I'm doing this. It's kind of nice. I'm doing these simple movements, and there is some value and there's some relaxation in doing these movements and kind of getting out of my head a little bit. But most people, when they start a practice like this in the Western world, they're so neurotic. They're so in their heads. Their heads and their bodies are so disconnected. And when you're learning these very subtle, precise movements and learning breathing and learning how to feel your weight shift, learning all these subtle elements of the physical body first, and then the elements of the subtle body, which comes later after many, many years of practice, you start to feel the energy fields. You start to feel the feels of life and structure all around you and feel your relationship to it. That comes with many, many years of practice. But initially, it feels like not a whole lot's happening. So a lot of people quit. A lot of people abandon ship prematurely before they get the magic of the practice. The Franz Barden book I refer to, many of these practices of concentration, of stillness, of visualization and manifestation, I can say I'm a beginner at these, but after consistent practice, I'm starting to see some results. But it takes this steady practice, and these subtle arts require a lot more of the human. They require this steady time investment. They require a physical investment, and the more internal the art is, the less physical the practice, then it requires a high degree of concentration, high degree of being able to observe your own thoughts and then eventually direct your thoughts, and building that field of awareness, that relationship with a bigger field of awareness. So when you're on this path again, I've had to reassess, why am I doing this? So when I was not seeing the results of this magic chi in the beginning, I said, why am I doing this? Why am I still doing this? And my curiosity, my commitment is what led me on, and is still leading me on, as I find, as one of my wise mentors shared with me, said, thank you, Xing Yi. You continue to reveal your secrets to me each and every day. And that's how these practices are. Each day you practice, you're gradually receiving a gift, a revelation of a deeper truth of yourself, your own essence, your own potential, your tendencies, your neurosis, as well as what's going to set you free. With that being said, be strong, be well, be free, and I'll see you on the other side.